Hey everybody. Let's take a look at this video. It's about, they signed, the debt ceiling that passed. And here's a clip on how it's going to affect people that are using the SNAP benefits program, food stamps. Check it out. This will be part A. Please stick around for part B, which will be a separate video for the commentary.
The debt ceiling deal includes legislation that changes how the federal government decides who gets supplemental food benefits, or SNAP, which typically provides support for people who make under a certain income level. The new changes are a compromise for both sides. Republicans want to make it harder for people to qualify for the program, and Democrats want to make SNAP more accessible to people who say they need it. SNAP is one of America's largest social safety nets, similar to Social Security and Medicare.
It's really the only federal nutrition program we have that's widely available to all different kinds of households.
Elaine Waxman studies this policy for the Urban Institute, a DC think tank. So, what are these changes?
So, the debt bill changes to SNAP focus around work requirements, which specifically apply to individuals who are 18 to 49 currently, who don't have children living with them. They're sometimes referred to as able-bodied adults without dependents. The bill would actually extend the age where those particular requirements apply to people up to the age of 55. And this would start to phase in this fall and finish phasing in for people at the higher end of that bracket, fall of 24. But I think we hear them referred to as work requirements, but it's a little bit of a misnomer. Actually, most people on SNAP are subject to a general work requirement. But this particular provision focused on these individuals really brings a time limit as well. So if you are unable to comply with the requirement to work 80 or more hours a month, then you are eligible only for SNAP benefits for 3 months out of 36 months if you are not able to stay in compliance. That's a very draconian change, and it's being applied to people who often are a little bit more tenuously connected to the workforce, particularly as they grow older. It may be more difficult to be competitive with younger workers.
And who is most affected by these new SNAP requirements?
What's interesting about the debt ceiling provisions is that while they also impose new time limits potentially on this older group of workers, they have created new exemptions for certain categories, specifically people who are homeless, people who are aging out of foster care, and also people who are military veterans. We know that individuals on SNAP have reduced food insecurity, which is the focus of the program. But also we're increasingly learning that people who are enrolled in SNAP are more likely to have lower healthcare expenditures than people who are similarly situated but not participating in the program. Some people have estimated that up to 750,000 people may lose benefits due to these provisions. Again, some folks may now newly be eligible for exemptions, but others may not receive those.
What does all of this mean for food banks and local governments that actually administer SNAP benefits?
We'll have to wait and see how states cope with this, but it's quite a change overall. In terms of how they will prepare, it will require more workers likely. There's more administrative costs, and this is one of the things that often doesn't get talked about in terms of SNAP costs. We focus on the benefit side, but we don't talk about the fact that, administrative procedures require people and computers and call centers, and states actually pay half of the administrative costs for SNAP, whereas the federal government pays all of the benefit costs. I think this will definitely put additional pressure on the charitable feeding system.
And finally, how can people who receive SNAP benefits stay on top of all of these changes when experts are struggling to understand them themselves?
Often people don't even get a notification of the changes in the rules. I think this is a place where the nonprofit sector is going to be really key in just helping people navigate that and helping people understand that they may be eligible for an exemption that's not automatically being offered to them. we're in for some very big challenges with people's ability to understand and navigate the new rules. And now we have these new categories and additional rules for people who have not been subject to them. Even people who are experts in the field have struggled to stay on top of the nuances that came about during the debt ceiling discussions. So I can't imagine what that's like for the average SNAP participant, who also is just trying to work hard to meet their family's basic needs.
These new requirements will expire in 2030, but the debate over who gets federal benefits and when will undoubtedly continue.
Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. Please stay tuned for part B. We gotta have that commentary, and I'm out.